I'm sure you've heard the news. There's a place where magic is real. Welcome to Egyptian Eyes. Step into a realm where the mystical meets the everyday. At Egyptian Eyes, our shelves are adorned with shimmering crystals, each one a gateway to healing and transformation. Cleanse your spirit with the purifying smoke of sage and discover jewelry that does more than just sparkle. It speaks to your soul. But that's not all. Our custom tea bar is a sanctuary within a sanctuary. Craft your own blends infused with the ancient wisdom of Egypt and sip your way to a deeper connection with yourself and the world around you. Join a community of seekers and dreamers, all gathering to share their stories and journeys. Here, every visit is a step on your personal path of enlightenment. So why wait? Embark on your mystical journey today at Egyptian Eyes. Unveil the wonders that await you. Your spiritual adventure is just a visit away. Visit us now and let the magic unfold.
All right. Welcome back to another episode of Egyptian Eyes After Dark, where ancient wisdom meets today. So I, your host, Destiny, have a special show lined up for you as we're going to dive all into the benefits of my latest project called Calculating Calmness. Yay! All right. So guys, in case you haven't noticed, I'm a big kid, but it's time to get serious. It's time to get serious about mental health. And I have done a little bit of research for you guys, and I've compiled it all into a book. You ask, what book? Well, my handy dandy book called Calculating Calmness. I, the author, have taken the time to compile a list of things you can do to help you with anxiety and depression. So that is workbooks, logs, trackers, adult coloring. And I'm going to take some time to kind of show you a little bit about the research and studies that, led into making this masterpiece for you guys. So we're going to try a different style show today. And I'm just going to ask that you bear with me through this because I want to kind of, show you where the facts come from, some of the things that you could use as a resource, some professionals that have more background and experience than I do. And we're just gonna start there. So we're gonna dive into the benefits of coloring. Let's do that.
It starts with just a few scribbles on paper. Something that was once a way to record significant moments is now often used to help thoughts escape our heads.
It's almost like magic, the way that it works, except it's not magic, it's actual science.
And that's why journaling is highly recommended by psychologists across the U.S., like our own Dr. Max Wachtel.
There's a process that our brains go through when we are stressed out or sad or depressed. It's called rumination. We basically just chew on our thoughts. We spin on them over and over and over and over.
Journaling allows people to write those thoughts down, kind of replicating a conversation with someone else.
Our brains don't really know that we aren't speaking to somebody else because it's really like talking about it and working through something or getting a song out of your head. That is what helps your brain move on to other more productive things.
And the best part, there is no right way to do it. Write in full sentences if your heart desires, or bullet points if you're short on time.
Other than not doing it, there is no way that you can screw up journaling.
Experts say journaling not only helps things escape your mind, but allows you to retain information longer if you wish by boosting your memory. It can also help you get organized so you can set and achieve new goals. With this quick, helpful exercise, I'm Jordan Chavez, telling you to take care.
I love journaling.
All right, so you heard it here first. Journaling. There's no right or wrong way to do it. And in my book, I actually list out pages for you guys to dive into. Hey, why am I feeling like this, et cetera, et cetera. I also have affirmations, which I will go into a lot more of that here in just a moment. Let's talk about how coloring impacts us and how it helps to heal and guide us through the angst of society. I think I have a clip here from the doctors. This will be fun. Let me find that. Okay, give me just a second, guys. So I've got a clip here from the doctors, and I don't even know if that show still comes on, but I did used to enjoy it. So let's see what they have to say. Here we go.
You know what we're doing? We are having a sophisticated adult-only party.
Yes.
We're having a coloring party.
Yes, we are.
Now, apparently, Rachel, these sophisticated coloring books are flying off the shelves for adults.
And I can see why. I mean, it's mesmerizing. We know how to stay in the lines, right? Well, some of us know how to stay in the lines.
It's so bad.
Damn it.
But I will say this, while I'm trying intently to stay in the lines, what am I not doing? I'm not checking my cell phone. I'm not worried about all these technologies. The minute we started coloring during break, I relaxed.
Yeah. The practice kind of stimulates the part of the brain areas that are related to motor skills and the senses. So coloring kind of de-stresses your mind. You know, it kind of gives you a nice blank slate of creativity. And you can just kind of focus and chillax a little bit.
Wait, did you say creativity?
Creativity.
Did you say creativity?
Well, you've said the word of the day, creativity. So we want you to go to the website and enter.
All right, so that was a cute clip. I thought that was super funny. So I don't know about you, but looking at the way that he colored, I was like, whoa, probably need a little practice. But that's neither here nor there. The focus here is to get your mind in a place that is really focused on, like she said, staying in the lines. It's therapeutic, it's soothing. I mean, I have an example of something that I colored in my book, if you've been in the store, and it took me 3 hours to color it. And it's like, by the time you do all of that, what was I stressed out about? It just like doesn't make any sense at that point. So I'm going to share with you a few more videos that just kind of lead into how I got into some of these practices, how they've worked for me, and just what other people have to say about them. So let's take a look. We're going to move on into sound therapy next. That's a big one. There was this class I used to take in high school, and it was called music therapy. And it doesn't surprise me that I still ended up in dealing with music. That's a whole nother episode, a whole nother story. But yeah, music does truly heal the soul. And we're going to find out more about why. So let's take a look.
Living in New York can feel like you're constantly bombarded with stressful sounds 24/7. So can sounds like these help with stress management and anxiety? To get answers, I went to a university lab to get hooked up to a brain recording device.
Feels good.
And tracked my heart rate at a sound bath in Brooklyn. During sound baths or sound meditations, a facilitator like Matan Shalvid plays instruments.
So the idea is to really listen to the instruments, trust yourself, and let go.
For the nearly 2-hour group session, Matan told us to move as little as possible. That was actually easier than I anticipated.
There is never same feeling. There is never the same trip. It's always different.
It kind of felt ominous and scary, but then also like really grounding. And that was unexpected, but nice.
To understand the science behind how music affects the brain and body, I drove up to Yale University in New Haven. There, I met Aza Alsop, a musician and neuroscientist who studies the effects of music on the brain.
Some of what sound baths are actually tapping into as well is this idea of meditation. It's sort of getting your mind into a place that is more still.
Aza and Matan told me that music helps us get into a meditative state more easily.
What about music facilitates that?
Some of it we think is the actual physiology. So the fact that your heart rate is now slowing down, your breathing is slowing down when you have these very long sort of tones.
During my sound meditation, Matan played tones that lingered for a long time and that were bright and light.
This was among my lowest heart rates.
So right now I hear a lot of longer, higher frequencies.
Some studies have found that sounds like these stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system. It's a network of nerves that helps run involuntary bodily functions like digestion. When the activity of the parasympathetic nervous system increases, blood pressure and heart rate go down, and you feel more relaxed.
So, as you just saw, she said you feel more relaxed when you hear these sounds, these frequencies. And, we're all about big energy here at Egyptian Eyes. So, I did an interview earlier with Sharon the Heart Lady. If you've been following me for a while, you've seen that I interviewed her as well. She also has her own podcast that I had the pleasure of visiting today and being a guest on. So I'm going to see if I can pull up any of that where I kind of dive deep into my book, how I got started, and what you can expect. So let's see.
We get ready to end, but you wrote a book and have a coloring book. I love how you put it. It's creativity meets self-care. And it's a book around, or is it a coloring book that's around anxiety? Because that was part of your journey. If you could just share a little bit about that for us.
Got you. So, yes, the name of my book is actually Calculating Calmness. And in that book, the subtitle is Easing Depression and Anxiety, right? And the way that I came up with this is these are tips that I've used along the way to help myself cope with the angst of society and just always feeling different. Obviously, I'm very different, but learning how to blend in and not be so overwhelmed with society's expectations of who I'm supposed to be and how I'm supposed to think and the methods that I use. So, yes, in that book, it is adult coloring pages because it is scientifically proven that when you color, it kind of takes your mind off of whatever it is you're stressed about because you have to put so much emphasis on staying in between the lines.
Right.
And that moment, your attention and focus is centered on, let me make this neat and pretty. What colors do I want to use? How does the whole
Right.
picture going to look?
Look,
So
yeah.
that's one additive in the book, and I'm a creative, so I love anything with paint and art. So I had to put some coloring in there. But in the book, I also created some journal pages because when we process our thoughts out loud, sometimes we don't have someone we feel comfortable sharing our inner or deeper or most interesting comments or concerns with. Sometimes we just need to talk to ourselves, but that's weird. So we need to put it on paper and look at it and rationalize with, why am I feeling this way? What is causing me to be stressed? What is causing this sadness? What am I missing? Coupled with some affirmations. So I've got affirmations in there. I have a spot where you can create your own. I've also listed some of them. But the affirmation method that I think is most profound is the 3, 6, and 9. 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times before you go to bed, calling in what it is that you want to manifest. And then I have tips on there for sound baths, sound frequency, how that impacts the body, science behind that. Again, that is a service you can come seek me for, but those tips are in the book too. Aromatherapy also is in the book. What scents that you can smell to give you an immediate shift or a sense of calmness or safety or serenity. And then I talk about crystals as well. So this book is intense. It's a big workbook. You can purchase this on my website, which is EgyptianEyesEmporium.com and EgyptianEyesBoutique.com. Or, let me be clear. If you buy it on my website, you can actually get a signed copy because I'll be shipping it. Or if you come in the store, I'll be giving it to you and signing it for you. But you can also buy it on Amazon if you're not local. And I can ship it that way too. You just won't get it signed. But in the book, it's 365 pages. So it's a big workbook and it's not meant for you to sit there and skim through it day by day. Studies show that the average person that suffers with anxiety and depression has about 4 days a month. So we could say that's once a week or twice every 2 weeks where they feel like they can't get out of bed or they're so stressed or they're worried.
Yeah.
And this book is for those people who have the bad day, who did call in a sick day just because they don't want to deal with people,
Yeah.
because they are worried or
Yeah.
unconfident. And so the book is designed for you to pick up that book and just go to a page. You can decide, do I want to color? Do I want to do a mood tracker about why I feel this way? Am I going to focus on my affirmations to shift this mood? Am I going to do some of the suggested exercises to help me with my mood and my feelings in this moment of my lowest self at the
Yeah.
moment? So it's meant for you to have a tool that you can go to pretty much to get you through the whole year. And that's what a lot of people don't know about the book, because it's designed not only to help you in this moment, but to help you in the future. Because if I'm starting to implant different methods for you and suggest different exercises for you, it'll only take a moment of time before you can start incorporating this day to day, and you won't even be in this
Right.
funk.
That's right.
So it's for that. And then also, let me be very clear, I'm not a clinical psychologist, I'm not a licensed therapist, but I do have a lot of life experience, and my track record shows the things that I'm drawn to, or the things that I'm in that I teach, and what's in this book are methods that I've tried, methods that I know to be true, that have been successful for me, and I'm just sharing them to you guys. So, of course, if the things in the book are not getting you through, I'm not saying you're going to be healed or anything, but I have resource pages in the back too that list different groups you can join, different hotlines to call, just different places you can go and be amongst people that can give you an extra lift of care and guidance as well.
That is wonderful. That it seems like that is a full one-stop shop. That's your metaphysical store, all in 365 pages.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. And a lot of those are scientific evidence-based. And so it's good to try it. And I'm referring my clients to it. I'm buying one. So I will be up at one of your sites so that I can also share that with my clients as well, because it is very helpful. And I do use a lot of those modalities. So thank you for sharing that. The book is really designed to help you unwind and stay calm and help you to regain control of those feelings of overwhelm. And so
Absolutely.
I invite you to go ahead and check out the book on at EgyptianEyesBoutique.com.
So that's a sneak peek about the book. Again, the full interview that I conducted earlier with Sharon Thee Heart Lady. Shout out to Sharon the Heart Lady. Call her for your therapy, your relationships, and counseling needs. She's thebomb.com. But anywho, enough about me. That's all we've got for today's show, guys. Get the book. Let me put the banner up. I mean, support your girl, okay? bit.ly/calculating calmness. If you're not local and don't care about me signing your copy, you can totally just order it on Amazon. It's there. It's there for the taking. My book is $34.95. Again, it's designed for you to get through every day of the year that you feel like you don't really want to deal with life. If you want to support me, what I do, the channel, and my brand, feel free to subscribe. Feel free to send your likes, shares, and donations. All right, so that's $ Cash App Egyptian Eyes Boutique, and I love you all. Talk to you soon. Ciao.
I am sure you've heard about the little rocks people carry in their pockets called healing crystals. You probably thought to yourself, those people are crazy. Well, I was also a non-believer until one day I was looking for a holistic way to manage my anxiety, and someone suggested carrying crystals. I could feel a warm sensation in my hand, but I didn't pay it any attention. After working with one crystal for a few days, I completely lost my desire to smoke. Mind-blowing, right? It turns out that amethyst was one of the best crystals for sobriety. In the Greek language, amethystos means not drunken, commonly known to prevent intoxication. That's when I discovered crystals choose you. The stones you are attracted to help you balance or manifest your heart's desires. So what crystals are you drawn to? Go to www.EgyptianEyesBoutique.com and let us help you manifest your destiny. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook at Egyptian Eyes Boutique.